G'day guys, Googs here, the drunk philosopher. Scomo, I said in one of my last videos, if you fucked up, I'm gonna be jumping on you. You wanker, within 2 days of being elected, eh? Or well, the tax cuts we were going to pass on, well, we can't do till July now. For those people who don't know what I'm talking about, there was supposed to be an income tax at the end of the financial year, June the 31st, rolling over to the 1st of July, and it was the first tax cut was supposed to come in then. I think it was something like, minuscule, it was like 1.2% or something like that. It was very small. And Scomo, I mean, I knew straight away he wasn't going to be able to keep that promise, by the way. And the reason I knew that is if you're going to change anything to the taxation of the people, you need to pass legislation to that effect. Okay? So that's the Senate. And the Senate, I don't think the Senate's re-meeting now until August. I'm pretty sure it's either August or September. Well, straight away I knew it was a lie. Now, the media's hit it hard, as they should, and gone, Scomo, you asshole. But anyone who fell for that lie in the first place, well, or the fool you. It needs to be legislated. It's like some of Bill Shorten's promises weren't going to get through the Senate. I mean, it was always going to be a close election, and it was a close election. And, you know, Scott Morrison is going to find it extremely hard to keep all of his promises anyway, simply because of the way the situation is in the House of Reps and the lower house in the Senate. And I have a feeling that he's going to not get much through. And I think it would have been the same for Bill Shorten. So essentially, we haven't got a hung parliament, but I don't think there's going to be much happening in the next 3.5 years, the way the Labor Party is situated, to the way the Liberal Party is situated, to the way the independents are situated. There's going to be a lot of trade-offs going on. So even if we do get some of the election promises that Scott promised, don't expect them to be in the same form as the way he promised them. So essentially, he's probably going to have to break every single one of his promises, especially the ones that need to be legislated. This is the nature of democratic politics. This is why when I look at who I'm going to vote for, I don't necessarily look at the promises, rather I look at the long-term policy, because the policy is more of the direction that the party wants to take you in, okay? So, for example, the Liberal Party had a policy of reducing taxation on public and the businesses. Now, say what you will of that idea. That's your opinion. That's fine by me. However, you can go, well, okay, that's the long-term plan, if you like, for the next 3.5 years. And say Bill Shorten got in. Let's say the Labor Party got in, and one of their policies was to stop franking credits and possibly take a bit from superannuation and take away negative gearing. Well, you can see what the long-term plan was, which was to fuck self-funded retirees. But that's, I suppose if you're rich enough to know, it's still wrong. But you know what I mean. You sort of see where they're going with their policy direction. Promises. Never vote a party on their promises, because their promises are just rubbish. They will not fulfill their promises. Look at their policies, because that's where they're going. Okay? Their policies are their manifesto. If you read their policies, you know exactly what they want to do in the future. Promises never come through, even when they've got control of the Senate, generally because they need to negotiate within the caucus of each party as well. So you can make a big promise, but, for example, cutting taxes. And you take it to caucus, and the Treasurer gets up and says, well, given the fiscal situation right now, it may not be pertinent to pass along all of it. So maybe we'll pass along a bit of it, maybe. And then you'll have other people from other places, take a vote on it, put the bill in front of the Senate, see if it gets legislated. But with a close parliament like we've got at the moment, there's going to be a lot of wheeling and dealing, and it would have been the same if Shorten had have got in. Now, I'm not exonerating the Liberal Party, Scomo. I didn't believe you were going to get in, and I said, fuck you. Well, Scomo, fuck you anyway. I have I have a feeling that we're pretty much in for another 3.5 years of exactly what we've already had, which, I mean, it could be worse, I guess. Scomo seems to be he seems to have got his trajectory fairly straight, and barring any major economic downturns or anything of that sort, at the moment I'm just predicting more of the same. Anyway, I'm Googs. This is my drunk philosophy, and I will see you in the future. Uru.